So 10 ways to simplify your life. Number one, get rid of clutter. That just means have some boundaries, have some borders on how much junk you're going to keep in your house. If you're not using it, lose it. Amen? Somebody suggested put all your hangers a certain way in the closet, and when you wear something, turn the hanger back around the other way. And after a year, all the hangers that you've never touched, you need to send those things off to somebody else that doesn't have much. You say, well, what does my clutter, what does me keeping stuff have to do with stress? It has a lot to do with stress, because if your surroundings look confused and stressful, it's going to make you feel stressful. God is not the author of confusion. I said last night that we started looking around the little place where we're staying here, and it's amazing, even in your house, how many things have borders. Picture frames have borders. Books have margins and borders. Every piece of property has a border or a boundary. A fence is a boundary. The baseboard that goes around the bottom of the floor is a border. And all those things, even though society doesn't realize what they're doing, they're what makes everything look neat and tidy. They keep everything from running together and just being all confused all the time. Don't confuse yourself by bringing so much stuff in your house that you can't find anything when you want it. Come on, some of you are still paying for stuff, you're still making payments on stuff that you don't even know where it's at now. Amen? You don't even know what you did with it. You bought it because it was on sale. Good sale. This is a good deal. Yep, I put it on the credit card. Good deal. Can't pass this up. You'll probably even forget you own it, and then 2 years from now, when you need one, you'll go out and buy another one. 1 Corinthians 14:33, God is not a God of confusion and disorder, but of peace and order. And if you can't manage to part with your stuff, hire somebody to come in and get rid of some of it for you. Number two, when you want or need something, ask God to provide it and forget about it. Ask God to provide it and believe that if it's right for you, that He'll give it to you at the right time and the right way. Don't stress yourself out trying to make things happen in your life that only God can make happen. Let's just say you really want to be the worship leader at your church. Well, ask God. God, if that's the right position for me, then I pray that you'll help me get it. If you need to apply for it, apply for it. But then don't get mad because somebody else gets it, and don't be worrying all the time about who's going to get it. Trust God. It is amazing how much more peace we can have if we just trust God. And I don't have time to go to these scriptures because I've still got a lot of stuff that I want to share with you before we're done today, but James 4:1 and 2 have been very life-changing scriptures for me. And James chapter 4, verse 1 starts out and says, what leads to strife and feuds and conflicts and quarrels? They arise from all the stuff that you want. And then verse 2 says, you're jealous and you covet what other people have, and your desires go unfulfilled, and you even begin to hate people who have what you want. You burn with envy and anger. You're not able to get the stuff you want, so you fight and you war. Big answer here, you do not have because you do not ask. Boy, I love that. You don't have to try to make things happen in your life. You can pray and ask God, and if it's right for you, God will open the right door at the right time. And we can even go so far as to thank God if He doesn't give us what we want by just believing that He knows better than we do what's going to be right for us. I believe there's people here today that you're just all stressed out over something that you want, and you've been trying to make it happen, and it's not happening. Just ask God and then trust him that if it's right, he'll give it to you. One thing's for sure, if God can't do it, you can't do it. Amen? I tell God that sometimes. I'm not messing with that, God, because if you can't do it, I sure can't do it. I'm going to stay in peace and watch God work. Number 3, be yourself and stop trying to impress people. Boy, that's a stress reliever. My gosh, I'd be dead from stress if I was up here as much as I am feeling like I had to impress everybody. You can pretty well tell with me, what you see is what you get. I mean, this is just me. I'm the same way pretty much everywhere I'm at. Except I don't talk quite as loud when I'm out in public. But that's one of the best compliments that people give me who know me personally. Joyce is just Joyce. We don't have to try to impress each other. We don't have to pretend for other people. We don't have to compare ourselves with other people. We don't have to compete with other people. Just be yourself. Number 4, don't be easily offended and be quick to forgive. Offense, anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness are some of the most stressful things that you can have in your heart. Number 5, when you sin, admit it. Receive forgiveness. Remember, there's no condemnation, and get on with life. Don't let the mistakes of yesterday ruin today. Number 6, give people mercy instead of trying to get revenge. It kind of goes like this. Well, you don't deserve it, but I'm just going to let that go. That's your thought process. I really shouldn't talk to you at all after what you did, but you know what? I'm just going to let that go and give you mercy because I need mercy myself. Number 7, when you need help, ask for it. Can you help me? Number 8, make decisions. Stop being so indecisive about everything. If you're really indecisive, you can get stressed out trying to figure out what you want to choose off the menu in a restaurant. Number 9, don't be overcommitted. Be committed, but not overcommitted. And here's the thing to do. Before you make any commitment, think all the way through what it's going to take for you to do what you said you would do. I've had to learn to do that with speaking opportunities that come along, different opportunities to do different things. And I do say yes to things, but I've learned if I don't think through the process, it's too easy to say, oh yeah, sure, yeah, amen, count me in. And then we're like, my life is driving me crazy. You know, when you hear yourself complaining all the time about your life, that is an indicator that you need to make a change. Amen? I said that you need to make a change. That's an indicator that you need to make a change. That means you need to make a change. Oh yeah, I've got to say it several times. You, not somebody else. That means you. We need to make the changes. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn. Learn of me.